Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me again today. Let's start standing on our mat. Spreading the toes wide, rooting down through the feet, and rolling the shoulders away from the ears, relax them down your back. Find a neutral pelvis and open the palms and arms by your side. Standing in your strong mountain pose, Tadasana. And focus inwards on your breath. If you feel balanced or you'd like to test your balance, you can close your eyes here or focus on a spot in front of you. And ready to move, let's step the feet wide apart, open the toes, the heels inwards, and squat down into horse pose. So starting by opening the hips, the thighs, as well as strengthening the legs. We want to try and sit tall through our back. Don't close the chest forward. Bring the hands to the heart. And then slowly bringing the hands to the knees. Let's get a little bit deeper into the inner thighs. Push the knees open. Deep squat here. And inhale, let's dip one shoulder down towards the center and gaze back around us. So we're twisting the body from the hips. Feel the twist in your shoulders, the opening in your shoulders and your collarbone. And back to center once we're done. Inhale, rising up through the center of the body. Take the toes to face forward now, feet are parallel. Straighten the back, you can have a bend in the knees if you feel the hamstrings tighten. And take the arms out to capital T. So we're in tabletop here, working with the strength of our back. And release, fold all the way forward. Taking your forward fold as wide as you'd like to with your legs. Keeping the hands on the mat. You can grab the outside of your ankles. And you can feed your head all the way down to the mat if you'd like to. Let the head find the mat and put a little pressure. Almost like a prep for your headstand. And then bring the hands back under the chest. Keeping one hand in the center. Take the opposite hand up and twist round. Gaze up at the fingertips if you can. And change sides. So twisting the body once more, this time with the legs wide apart. And back to center, straightening the back. Let's look through to the front of the mat, turn the toes out and lunge to the front. So it's a side lunge and we're balancing on the toes. You can keep the fingertips down on the mat or bring them to the heart. And let's change sides. So using your hands or your legs strength. Lunge to the back of your mat. Opening the thighs. So it's a side lunge here. And lunging now towards the front of the mat. Squaring the hips towards the front. So low lunge. Opening the chest. Knees behind the toe. Lunging, work into the hips strongly here. Then release the back knee. The front leg. We're taking the foot out to the side for lizard. Keep driving the chest forward as the hips sink a little bit closer to the ground. Stretching deeply in your lizard here. And then taking the right hand behind us, either to the base of the back or if you can, catch the back foot. Gaze back. It's an intense quad stretch, so don't strain it or force it. Just find your comfortable stretch. And release the foot slowly. Bringing the right foot back to the center for your lunge. Rising up off the back knee. Coming into your side lunge once again. And let's repeat that on the other side. So work towards the back of your mat now. Square off the hips. Open the chest for low lunge. Stretching into your hips. Now with the left leg forward. Release the back knee down and walk the left foot out for lizard. Keep driving forward with your heart, your chest. Hips are sinking closer to the mat. Feel the opening. And take your left arm now back behind you, either leaving it on the back or catching the back foot, twisting and gazing round. So once again, protecting that quad. Don't stretch too intensely if it doesn't feel good for your body. And release the back foot coming round. Walk the left foot back in under your chest. Rise up and onto the side again. And work back to the middle. Straighten the back and release down. Now that the hips have been opened separately on each side, see if we can get a little bit deeper into this wide-legged forward fold. Work your hand behind you if that's comfortable. Let the weight of your body be in your head if your head is touching the mat. And inhale when you've had enough. Slowly walk the feet together. And keep them wide enough to come down into garland pose, Malasana. Yogic squat here. Keep driving the elbows inside the knees. So we're continuing to open up the hips, open up the inner thighs, release your lower back. Breathing. And take the hands behind you, sitting softly down, and straighten the legs out. We'll be folding forward to make sure that we have the legs engaged, feet are flexed, toes curl back towards us. Folding forward from the hips, let's not arch the back, round the back if we can help it. Rather stay high but keep the back straight, chest is open, heart is open. So leading with the heart, just coming to where you're comfortable. We don't have to strain to get our forehead down. We want to feel it deep into our hips. Lovely. Releasing it out. Stretching one side at a time. So bend the right leg in. Take your left elbow to the left leg. Maybe you catch the toes, otherwise leaving it inside the leg. And stretch up and over. So we're doing a side stretch, side body stretch. All the way from the hip, up the arm to the fingertips. Side obliques, strongly stretching out. And changing sides, so bending the left leg in towards us. Taking the stretch over to the other side. So feel those side obliques stretching but not straining. Open the side body, keeping the chest open. Inhale and rise up through center. Bringing the soles of the feet to each other. You can grab onto the toes or the ankles for butterfly. And just flutter the legs for your butterfly. And then keeping it static. Take the elbows into the thighs, the knees. Again, trying to keep the back straighter rather than curling it too much. Take the chest forward. Inhale, rising up. And taking it a little bit deeper, let's open the soles of the feet towards us, like we're reading a book in our feet. Really flattening the legs down towards the mat. And release, just take a side stretch each side. Just roll side to side, pressing into each leg, releasing the inner thighs. Should feel really warm, relaxed, released. There's no tension that we're holding on to in our hips. And come back to your comfortable seat position. Maybe you get into a half lotus. And inhale all that great energy through the center of your body. holding on to your practice. No tension. And bow to yourself, to the universe. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you feel that great emotional release.